I'm only 25 years old, but I have a credit score of nearly 800. And today I'll unearth all the secrets and reveal the 3-step plan on exactly how to get there. Why is there a pizza? Well, that's a part of our strategy. And also, isn't everything better with pizza in it? But for real though, the pizza will help us demystify one of our biggest hurdles. Just how the hell are credit scores even calculated? Please be aware that the model I'm about to explain is usually how credit scores are calculated in Canada and the US. If you live elsewhere, please double check on how your country calculates credit scores and translate the knowledge accordingly. Now, going back to how it's calculated, let's make the whole score a pizza and let's make each of the sections a different flavor. And feel free to insert your favorites and let us know how you've split your credit score pizza. Okay, the first part, which is the biggest part of the pizza, is payment history. So things like, are you paying off your credit card in full every month? Or are you just paying the minimum? Or are you not paying anything at all? I'll make this portion Hawaiian because it's my go-to. And also, if I'm not judging you for watching the pole dancing ending song from High School DxD more times than you probably should have.
Oh my god, shaking ass!
You're not judging me for putting pineapples on my pizza, okay?
Okay, fine, this roast actually boomerangs back to me because I've seen that ending at least 5 times. The next portion of the pizza takes up 30%, which is utilization rate. This means how much of your credit limit are you using? Like if your credit card allows you to spend up to $1,000, do you spend $1,000 or $500 or even lower? I'll make this portion the 3 cheese pizza because whenever people ask me how much cheese I want, I answer yes. The next 15% is credit history. So how long have you been using credit cards or getting loans? A quick tip for anyone who's struggling to get their first credit card because maybe they're too young or they don't have a stable source of income, a good starting point is a secure credit card. This is a card where you can make a deposit, let's say $500. Then every month you can spend up to the $500 range. Of course, you still have to pay back everything at the end, so it functions mainly like a debit card, but it's really nice because you still get to build your credit score. As for the pizza flavor, I'm going with ranch and chicken. Like, is that a thing? I think I got it at Whistler when I went with my friends, and it was really yummy. And just saying, the 3-step plan we'll be talking about in just a bit heavily targets these 3 sections. And another funny spoiler, the plan is so simple, I can write a haiku about it. You know, 575 syllables. The next 10% of our pizza is going to be a credit mix, and I will make my slice pepperoni. Not my favorite because the meat can be a hit or miss, and oh boy, when it misses, you are wondering how many years has it been since the expiration date has passed. Okay, let's not think too much about that. And just like my feelings are mixed on pepperoni, the credit mix is when you interact with different kinds of credits, like student loans, mortgages, car loans, and credit cards. The last 10% of our pizza is going to be new credit. So in this section specifically, it checks if you have applied for any new lines of credit. This could be applying for a new credit card, looking for car loan rates, or mortgage rates. So anytime you make a new credit inquiry, it will actually negatively impact your credit score because looking for multiple new ways to borrow money is a sign of greed, aka financial irresponsibility, which is a big no-no in the eyes of credit companies. But don't stress. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't be comparing loan rates or looking for better deals on credit cards. You just need to do it with a little bit more strategy in mind. Here's what Erin Lowry recommends in her book, Broke Millennials, Stop Scraping By and Get Your Financial Life Together. It's better to compare all the offerings within a 14-day window, which is within a 30-day rolling period. And while you'll see the inquiries, they'll only be weighed as one by the scoring system. And the strategy to help your credit score bounce back from your credit inquiries is to apply for only one credit card, behave really responsibly, which means spending less than 30% and paying it off in full every month. Then you'll see your score recover in just a few months. And let's not forget to assign a flavor to this new credit section. And just like how the name suggests, let's go with something new, like Pizookie. I've never tried it, but hey, XG said it was the most delicious thing they have tried in America, so that naturally got me pretty curious too. And if Booksmart taught me one thing, that is,
don't knock it until you try it. How about you don't knock it until you tried it?
also, subscribe if this video inspires you to grow your credit score higher than your favorite anime Sakuga budget. Sorry, I don't have a comeback. What I'm seeing on the screen is making me very much speechless. And staying on the theme of all things Japanese, here's the 3-step plan revealed in haiku style. 30% use, pay off, on time and in full, rinse and repeat, bruh. For the first step, which is 30% use, what you want to do is to pick one credit card, make 1 or 2 small purchases each month, and pay everything off in full monthly. This tackles the 30% utilization rate of your pizza. And the reason why you want to keep your rate 30% or under is that it shows to the credit loaners that you have your impulse demon under control. Which means you won't be spending all the money that is given to you just because you can spend it. I recommend choosing a small reoccurring fee like phone bill or internet bill. And for myself, I use my Neo credit card to pay off around $66 of phone bill for my mom and myself, and also the $6 membership fee for the Moto car share service. And right now, my utilization rate is around 13% for that card. The second step is to pay it off on time and in full every month. So if you're putting your phone bills on your card, a good tip is to set it on auto payment. This way you'll never miss it. Especially during the months college throws at you 3 exams every week, plus group presentations, plus group essays, and oh yes, don't forget all the clinical exams that could get you kicked out of the program if you don't pass it in 3 tries or less. Sorry, that's just my hygiene school trauma speaking. Like this video so we can trauma bond. And last up is to rinse and repeat, bruh. This partially targets the 15% portion of the pizza called length of credit history. Because the more you repeat the good behavior of using 30% or less of your credit, then paying everything off on time and in full proves that you're a financially responsible person. A good tip for this section is to keep your oldest credit card open and use it on a monthly basis. Unless the card is, charging you crazy amounts of fees, then if that's the case, close that bitch down ASAP and move on to greener pastures. I've been using this 3-step plan ever since I got my first credit card, and I'm really proud of what I'm able to achieve. 800 plus credit score, I'm coming for you. And now you know how to correctly use your credit card. Check out these wealth pitfalls to avoid. Watch out, because these wealth killers could be the difference between you retiring in your 30s or losing millions of dollars over your lifetime. And I'll see you over in this video. Okay, bye-bye.